I'm Katie Rock.
And hey, I'm Clark Conway. This is our video presentation concerning the relationship between drought in the southeastern United States and Atlantic tropical storms.
What do you think of when you hear the names Harvey, Irma, Jose, and Katia? Well, if you've paid any attention to the weather recently, you may think, weren't those all hurricanes? And you would be right. The Washington Post reports that September 2017 was the most active hurricane month in recent history, and comparable only to August of 1893 and September of 1926. The most interesting part is there appears to be a connection between hurricane activity and drought patterns, especially in the U.S. Southeast region. How exactly is an excess of water related to a need for water? Throughout this video, we'll walk through the effects of hurricanes and tropical storms on droughts in the Southeast U.S. Let's first dive into the history of droughts in the Southeast. What have been the recent drought conditions in the Southeast?
That's a good question. We've been doing a paper, and we're getting ready to put it out, to where the Southeast has been, I don't know if I want to use the term a decline, but certainly had lower stream flow than we've seen in the observed record. And we were looking at what's causing this, and our best guess, so to speak, as far as what's causing, we've had a lot of La Nina events occurring since 2000, and La Nina typically results in less moisture in the southeast.
Over the course of thousands of years, the Southeast has seen several seasons of heavy drought, and in recent years, the likes of Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida have been commonly affected. Drought research from Columbia University, using tree ring data to trace back drought records from hundreds to even thousands of years ago, has compared the droughts of the past to more recent events. Tree rings have revealed that serious megadroughts have indeed been occurring in the Southeast for a long period. Normal drought patterns in the Southeast reveal that dry winters are mostly associated with La Nina, while dry summers are correlated with atmospheric invariability. Hurricanes tend to make landfall and then follow a destructive path through the Southeast, bringing strong winds, isolated tornadoes, but most importantly, heavy rain.
And how have hurricanes made an impact on these drought conditions?
Well, they certainly are a way of bringing in a lot of water very short period. I think the challenge that you have, though, with hurricanes is, while they may be a drought buster, so to speak, on a temporary basis, that comes and goes very quickly. So you may be inundated like Houston was, or even when Irma came up through up the peninsula of Florida and into Georgia. You get that inundation, but it's a very short-lived inundation. And unlike the western part of the United States, the South doesn't have a lot of reservoirs and stuff to attenuate or retain that water. So once it hits, it's gone, and you don't have it around to use. So it definitely helps with the drought, but as far as a sustained way of solving drought, it's not.
Let's examine an example of a journal publication from Princeton University entitled "The Influence of Atlantic Tropical Cyclones on Drought Over the Eastern United States, 1980 to 2007. In this study of variable infiltration capacity, a land surface hydrologic model was run over the eastern United States both with and without tropical cyclone precipitation. Drought conditions were evaluated in terms of soil moisture, and droughts of different severity and durations were examined. Overall, the study reveals that with tropical cyclone precipitation, droughts were shorter in time span and covered less area. The data from this research shows that soil moisture increased with tropical storm precipitation, and concludes with the idea that although hurricanes have many disastrous effects, they do play an important role in relieving drought conditions. Examining the maps of tropical storms occurring in the Atlantic from 1980 to 2007, it can also be seen that the Southeast region saw the most activity and the highest number of tropical cyclones. This correlates further with the fact that the Southeast United States saw the highest contribution percentage of rainfall by tropical storms in comparison to total rainfall received in the region.
You know, and again, we struggle with this in the South, to be blunt, and the reason is that we don't have a lot of impoundments. And when I say a lot, we don't have where they're designed to hold water and release it at a later date.
Environmental engineers play a large part in identifying where these problem areas are located and working to find a solution. the NSPE commented on the importance of environmental engineers in dealing with water scarcity by saying, engineers are critical to providing remedies and to determine how to deliver water in times of drought. The main challenge that faces engineers during a drought is finding ways to move water out of locations where it is abundant to where it is badly needed. The solution that most engineers have developed is an intricate system of pipes, canals, reservoirs, and pumps which transports water from point A to point B. Another large task of environmental engineers and agency administration is communication of the knowledge they possess to the public. During times of hard drought, it is critical that the public be educated on how to best use this limited resource and ways that they can work to not contribute to the drought.
So getting back, right now with regards to hurricanes, most of that water just goes straight to the Gulf or the Atlantic. There's not much that is being done. What could be done would be to put in impoundments, reservoirs, that type of thing, to collect that water to be used at a later date.
Undergoing further research would be highly beneficial in providing a more solidified way of predicting future droughts and subsequent hurricanes. Part of what makes these natural events so disastrous is that they come relatively without warning. If we gain a wider knowledge and deeper insight as to why hurricanes and droughts occur, we will be able to predict them and plan more accordingly. A critical component of this research would be improving seasonal climate and weather forecasting. It is critical to develop a more integrated approach to water management as we continue to see large-scale changes in our climate that contribute to these extreme events. Environmental engineers are at the forefront in designing systems that maximize our ability to capture and store water during wet seasons. With this, we are able to redistribute it during dry seasons. This would require environmental engineers to collaborate with a broad range of people from floodplain managers to land use managers and other utility professions.
In conclusion, hurricanes and tropical storms have been seen to bring temporary relief to drought that commonly plagues the Southeast. However, our society has still not reached the concise ability to accurately forecast weather on a daily, weekly, or monthly scale. And this uncertainty further extends to the natural disasters that are tropical storms and hurricanes. However, as our understanding of these types of storms progresses, we can grow the collection, storage, and usage of rainwater to be easier and more efficient, especially here in the Southeast, where impoundments are heavily underdeveloped. In the near future, environmental engineers may be able to design a better rainwater harvesting infrastructure that can turn the heavy rain of hurricanes into usable quantities large enough to offset a growing drought within our homeland.